questioning, what is it that I don't understand here? Why is it so painful again? Why am I at this point again? And how am I staying open? Pain and frustration, but belief that I'm going to figure this out at the same time. Heartbreak and the reasons why it can be sometimes so unbearable and painful that it almost feels like I would rather never do that again. I would rather never fall in love or never open up, myself to another relationship, because it's just too much, it's too painful. And in that perspective, there is already key, and there is already something to look at to understand that karmic cause and effect. There is imbalance in that already, and I figured out what it is. So, two things. One, we project our relationship with parents on our partners. That's 101 foundation. That's nothing new. Maybe even no need to go there deeper. That when we meet man or woman, we subconsciously project expectations and things that we hopes, expectations, like those needs that we didn't receive as in our childhood from our parents, and we're hoping to receive that from partner, while this is not their job at all. So that's just psychology 101. But there is another layer to that. Once I realized that, it was such a powerful insight, and I found so much freedom in that, and I realized that I finally understand and can be so free and happy, much happier in my path, regardless what's happening in my relationship. So, projection on parents, yes, but projection on relationship, of that relationship that we are seeking to have with the highest power. So basically, we are seeking that extreme depth of connection with a partner, while we cannot ever receive that safety, depth, and stability to that extent that we really need. The only place, thing, being that can give us that is God. And I'm not speaking about, the bearded guy, even though you can see maybe, a cross on my chest. I love crosses, just generally. I'm not following one path of religion. I'm not against religion, but I'm also just... so God for me is creation, that everything and one. So we are walking our path, our life, in search of that foundation, in search of that connection that is always there, that is so loving, unconditionally loving, that is always there for us, always present, safe, that is stable, right? We want that forever. And expecting to have that from a person is very not just unrealistic, but also unfair to the other side, because we are all walking our own journeys. And let's say you want, like that safety and stability, that that nothing is going to change, right, in your relationship, that person is always going to be there for you. But that's not even fair to expect that from another person, because they have the right to change the direction of their path. They have the right to go and explore if that's what they feel like. They might not. They might decide and feel like it's the right way, the right path, it's aligned to stay with you for an entire lifetime. But maybe not. Maybe your contract together or experience together only goes for a certain amount of time, and that's okay as well. Loving someone is also allowing them to have their freedom, if it's freedom of choice, right? As long as there is honesty there. So expecting someone, a person, to be that stable, that level of stability, and like nothing is changing, you're always there for me whenever I need you. That's something that we sort of desire and expect from a partner in an intimate relationship, but that is unfair. Another person, they can have things in their own journey that are requiring change, and then they cannot be there for you. Then unconditional love also, on some level, yes, of course, I love you unconditionally as a soul. But when it comes to building a relationship, there are things. If someone is abusive, I might really love you as a soul. I really wish you all of the best from the depth of my heart. But at the same time, I might choose, to have a condition if you are abusive to me, in any way. If it feels painful for me, I'm going to walk away. So loving unconditionally and accepting unconditionally doesn't mean staying there. So all of these things that we expect very often from our relationship with partner, it's something that only relationship with the higher consciousness can give us. It's the only way. So once I realized that, and once I really shifted my perspective and my expectation, it doesn't happen instantly, even though I had the insight, like that old pattern and programming, and almost like being brainwashed by society and how it is in the world, that expectation from romantic relationship. It's not so easy to completely shift, like that 1 second once you have the insight. It can take a little bit of adjustment to it, right? But once I really like sank into it, and like again and again and again, and I even I was practicing like listening to songs, pop songs about love, right? When you're like, you're the biggest love of my life, or like whatever all of these lyrics are, right? Which I barely ever listen to anyways, but I did it on purpose, for the sake of practice, listening to pop songs about love. But instead of, thinking about someone that maybe I'm, attracted to or interested, or maybe like someone in the past that I had feelings with, like, instead of that image of a person, of a man, I would have just like image of, creation, God. And like my heart always belongs to you, like forever and ever. I'm seeking you in everything I walk, in every moment of my life. I'm seeking, We have some sound healing going on of frequencies. I don't know if you can hear, but West Hollywood, it's loud. Um, hopefully it doesn't bother you. So yes, like once I started really shifting into that, there's like so much internal freedom. There is like that, you know, that contraction from pain, from like past history. It was gone. I'm like, oh my God, I was like searching for that, whatever I was searching in relationship. I was totally searching in the wrong place. Absolutely in the wrong place. So once I realized that the first and foundational relationship in my life forever from now on is going to be always that relationship with higher consciousness, with God, with creation. That is just my priority, you know, of having that relationship and feeding into that relationship, meaning, you know, every day I am investing into that relationship, right, in any kind of way that I choose, in any kind of practice, or, you know, just any way I can connect more, because any relationship requires attention, right, and investment of time, and that exchange of energy. So in order to really feed and have that like strong foundation of relationship with higher consciousness, daily practice in whatever form it is that you desire, whatever form that resonates with you, but just really going into feeding that, feeling that, connecting with it. It's once you open up to that and you become practicing and you really develop that, it just becomes so sweet, so sweet. It's always there for you, always there for you. It is so unconditionally loving. It is like pouring love, and it's everything that is the sweetest and the most pleasurable. Then second most relationship in my life is the relationship with myself, as a part of that creation, of that higher consciousness, not, you know, in any narcissistic or weird way that I'm the only one and I don't need anyone. No, absolutely no. We need each other, you know, being open to people, having open heart, connection. And there's so much joy in that. But at the same time, yes, realizing and putting that relationship with yourself as the second priority. Because once there is harmony in that, and you have harmony within yourself, and your relationship with yourself is, just like loving and accepting, and you become your best friend, and you really know your needs, and you are able to just become whole on your own, then there is also so much, like your entire life and all the rest of the relationship that you have in life, all of it just becomes better. And it's not wrong to put that relationship with yourself first before any other relationship, except for a relationship with the higher consciousness. Then there is the relationship with people, with everyone. And relationship with, you know, man or woman is just one of the relationships with people, right? And you then sort of prioritize, you know, it's your like family dynamic, friends, just people that you really resonate with at the moment. And it's not about, you know, that intimate relationships are not important for me, or that they are not pleasurable, or that I'm not putting any attention or time or investment there. No. But that shift in prioritizing and that shift in expectation almost, like it transforms so much. And then in terms of breakups, right, if you feed and invest into, and you just have that real strong relationship where you receive and you give with God, with creation every day. So if at any moment anyone decides to shift, their path into a different direction, maybe they decide to leave, or maybe you feel like you just, so many things can happen, right? Then it's not going to take the ground off your feet, because it was never the ground to begin with, right? It's I'm not saying it's not going to be emotional. You're going to be like, oh, you going away, all right, bye, I don't care. No, of course we have healthy attachments, and it's good, to have those. It's natural, we're human, emotions. It's one of the pleasures for us to have those connections, right? But at the same time, if it's not if relationship with another person is not your entire foundation for that love and safety, when you know how to source that from relationship with higher consciousness, because the reservoir of all of that you're searching for, that love, unconditional, and stability, and just support and sweetness and all of that, the reservoir is endless there. No person can ever have as much as that source has. And then when it also comes from you to you, when someone leaves and you feel like you lose that part of love, it's still uncomfortable, but it's not like your whole entire world. Like, it's not that the level of that loss is, it's different. And it's not only about breakup, in the relationship because someone decides to end relationship, or you decide to end relationship. It's not any easier for the other side, when you feel that, okay, I think this is the end. It's still very painful to lose that person. Like that, there is like this frustration, right? Like, I had all of these expectations, and I had all of these ideas what our life together is going to look like, and now it's gone. But it can be also, death. It can be just huge change, like if you just shift and change as a person so much, and then another person shifts and changes, like your paths are just going to such different directions. And it can be friendship, or your family, anyone, children even. Yeah. So for that metaphorical or actual death, if someone and break up, same thing. It's still going to be emotional, but it's not the end of the world, because you still have the main relationship in your life. But in order for that relationship to be like that steady ground, you have to connect with it every day. You have to build it and show up, right? It's the other side is always there for you at any moment. It's more for you to really connect with it every day and really feel like that support. Once you live your life in connection with that, your life just becomes just different. Your frequency changes. You have more love and joy in your heart because you are continuously connecting to that abundant and endless reservoir of all of that. And just a totally different life. So that is my realization. So to summarize again, we are prioritizing our relationship with God, prioritizing relationship with ourselves, fitting into that, harmonizing that, receiving that exchange, like giving and receiving there, and then relationship with people as also a part of God. It's just the right hierarchy in it, right? That's the shift. That's something that took me multiple heartbreaks, multiple, many times questioning, what is it that I don't understand here? Why is it so painful again? Why am I at this point again? And how am I staying open? So this is something lived through pain and frustration, but belief that I'm going to figure this out at the same time. So I feel like I did, and I wanted to share this with you, and hopefully that is going to be a value for you and serve my story. So my story, my pain serves someone else as well. Thank you. I will see you more.